Hi, it's Caitlin and I'm here with more polish from Cracked Polish. I mentioned in the Romanticize Your Life swatch video that February is Monique's birthday month and she's celebrating, and she's also celebrating Valentine's Day in a really big way. So I have two new polishes that are launching on Valentine's Day, and on February 14th, for February 14th only until midnight, you'll be able to get 20% off all of Cracked Polish's pink and red shades. Pink and red shades are kind of some of my favorites, so this is a perfect time to try the brand if you haven't yet. And I am actually going to have a little swatch extravaganza in this video of all of Cracked Polish's pinks and reds, as well as swatches of two new polishes that are absolutely incredible. And of course, I do have an affiliate code, so if you want to pick up anything from Cracked Polish, especially pinks and reds, February 14th is the day to do it. You'll be able to save 20%, and I'm like 99% sure that my affiliate code stacks on top of that. I'm just excited to show everything off. So let's look at the new Duo first. It's inspired by one of Monique's favorite fashion designers. She's a huge fan of fashion and style. These two polishes are honestly incredible, so I'm really excited to show those. And then if you want, you can stick around. I've got a huge roundup of all of Cracked Polish's pinks and reds that will be on sale for 20% off on February 14th only. So let's get into it.
We'll begin by looking at the new Dan Duo, which is launching on the site. This is called 720, and it is a metallic silver with silver shimmers. Right off the bat, I was really impressed with this formula. It is really beautiful. It breezes on the nail like butter, and I love the way that the shimmers work in this polish. The silver is reflective, but not so reflective that you're getting any brush strokes. It's just an absolutely beautiful metallic silver, and it's probably my favorite metallic silver I've ever used. As you can see, it dries down beautifully. You could leave it in 2 coats, or you might want 3, so I am going to show it in 3 coats for anyone who has longer nails, but it is totally opaque on that 3rd coat, if not after the 2nd. And I am using Cuticula Limitless Quick Dry Top Coat for all of my swatches, and this just brings out the shine to give it even more of that foily effect. I have so many good things to say about this polish. I think it really speaks for itself as you saw me apply it, and I absolutely love the way this makes my nails look. It's very cyborg, it's very futuristic, and I genuinely love this polish. So here you can see it's not going to change too much in different lighting. It doesn't have color shifting shimmer, but it looks fantastic out of direct lighting. It almost has a foily look without the brush strokes or using any special base. So I really commend Cracked Polish on creating this beauty. And the other half of the duo is called Runway Muse. This one is a gorgeous gunmetal gray with silver magnetic pigment and different colored micro shimmers. This one, I was completely blown away with the effect and with the formula. So Monique kind of described it as a subtle magnetic effect, but it was absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. So I did royally mess up. I put the magnet too close to my nail and I smudged the polish underneath. So pay attention to how close you're getting that magnet to your nails. But with the 2nd coat, as you're going to see, I was able to fix my mistake. So I do recommend 2 to 3 coats for this one. I was totally happy with it in 2, so I'm going to show it that way, but you're going to see what I mean about just how wonderful this polish is, how pretty it is, and I don't know, I guess I'm having a thing right now with silvers and grays, but particularly this duo. And of course you don't have to magnetize it. If you don't, it's just a dark metallic looking gray, but I do think the magnetic effect in this one's really pretty. And when I do the forefinger look at this, you'll see what she means about the different colored micro shimmers that are in this polish. So I personally think this is really beautiful with a magnetic applied. You can do different effects, but I do think that this looks coolest with the magnetic stripe. I guess that's a cat eye effect. But of course you can do the aura effect. I just don't find that that lasts as well once you actually start going about your day. So you can also see that this does dissipate a little bit, as all magnetic polishes do. The only way you're going to maintain that super strong, crisp line is really with a gel polish, or if you were to actually hold the magnet over your nail after every coat until the polish is completely dried after each coat, including after you apply the top coat, which would mean potentially hours to do a manicure. And I personally don't have time for that. So I am happy enough with how it looks here. And it is so pretty once you apply that top coat. Like, look at that effect. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. And here, I just love this polish. I mean, hopefully I'm doing it justice because I think it's an absolutely gorgeous magnetic. I'm really impressed. This is Monique's first magnetic from Cracked Polish, and I hope we see more because I think this is a beautiful polish and the duo together is absolutely stunning. And now we are moving into the pink and red Valentine's Day sale extravaganza Swatch Fest. Yes, that is the official name. So everything you're about to see will be 20% off for February 14th only. This one is called Number One Stunner, and this is definitely a favorite of mine from Cracked Polish. It's described as a liquid metal deep Merlot red. And the inspiration behind this polish is that it's inspired by the color red and how it has the ability to make you feel confident and powerful. So this has a beautiful formula, as all Cracked polishes do. I find that they just are so buildable, and if you leave their polishes in 2 coats, you get a gorgeous effect, but building it up into that 3rd coat really intensifies everything and just makes it so pretty. And I have said it before about this polish that it is so unique in my collection. It is absolutely beautiful. The formula is fantastic, and it just has this really unique, pretty quality to it that I am still hooked on even after swatching this initially back in October or November. I love it as much as when I initially did try it out. So here it is with top coat, and it's just such a pretty polish. I will let the video do the talking for this one. Moving along, we have Situationship, which did just release not that long ago. This one is a dark maroon duochrome with black to red shifting shimmers. So this one, you know how I love this one, and I think a lot of you might have already picked it up, but if you didn't, now is absolutely the time. This is so pretty, and yes, it does start sheer, but it builds up perfectly in 3 coats. It is worth those 3 coats, and honestly, might be a contender for one of my favorite polishes of 2024. There's obviously a lot of year left to go, but I am smitten with this one. From the formula to the absolute gorgeous effect you get once you build it up in 3 coats, it is absolutely stunning. Interesting fact also about this polish is it is one of the most expensive colors to create in the Cracked Polish lineup. It's still $13 and it will be 20% off, but I guess the pigments are expensive. I would love to interview some indie nail polish makers and ask them about their process and how much it costs to create things. And I don't know if anyone would be up for that, but if there are any makers watching, let me know in the comments and maybe we can talk. I think that would be really interesting to learn. So as you can see on the 3rd coat, this polish has built up to perfection. You definitely want the glossy top coat to create that beautiful candy effect on the nail where it's just so juicy and glossy. And do not skip the next little clip of the video because this is where you can see how dynamic this polish is. It looks black sometimes, it looks red sometimes, it looks purple, maroon, super shifty, absolutely gorgeous, and honestly, if you don't have this yet, pick it up. Here we have a Dut Spunk, which was one of my favorite polishes of 2023. This one is a glimmering oyster pearl white with a dusting of taupe. And this is Cracked Polish's spin on the popular glazed donut nail trend. It's a really classic shade and it's also a perfect everyday polish. It would be beautiful as a bridal shade. It's honestly so gorgeous. And the formula is beautiful, buttery, so fantastic. This is just something that I'm always gravitating towards when I don't know what to wear. This is the kind of polish that I put on. I feel just so dainty and pretty, and I love it. So this one, you can leave it in 2 if you like sort of a sheer look, but if you go for 3, you get full opacity. And honestly, the name of this one still icks me a little bit, but I do love donuts, and I don't know if I like filled donuts that much though. I'm more of a cake donut girl, so I know some people, I mean, I've had like a Boston cream pie donut that is really good with custard in it. So I'm into that kind of Dut Spunk. Anyway, this polish does benefit from a good glossy top coat. It just brings out the shine. And I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but if you are a fan of this finish, hold on to your hats because there's something coming from Cracked Polish very soon that will probably make you very happy and excited. So here you can definitely pick up that blue oyster pearl shimmer. It's subtle, but again, between the formula, the color, everything about this polish is so classic and beautiful. And again, if you haven't picked it up yet, definitely do. This is the time to do it, and you'll get that 20% off. Moving along, we have Hairy Squat Lobster. And Hairy Squat Lobster is a rose orchid with a subtle red to gold glow. This is just a really, really pretty pink. And as you can see, it looks beautiful on the nail even in 1 coat, but I will show it built up. It's a really pretty, flattering pink. And fun fact about hairy squat lobsters, they are not actually lobsters, but a pink hairy crab that lives in the ocean. So on my skin tone, this is an incredibly flattering baby pink. If you've been around my channel, you know that pinks are probably my favorite, though I think I definitely own more purples than pinks in my collection, but that's because I am so picky when it comes to my pinks. And this one makes the cut. Honestly, it is a beautiful pink. I love the little bit of glimmery shimmer in there. Love the formula. If it wasn't obvious from the actual swatch videos that you're looking at, the cracked polish formula is beautiful. It glides on the nail. The brush is just really deluxe and nice. I think that Monique did a great job sourcing the bottle and the brush. It makes application a breeze, and it gives a very luxurious feeling when you're painting with cracked polish. So again, you're not getting a ton of color shifts with this one, but it definitely shows that orangey glow at extreme angles. The pink shimmer just helps highlight the pink of the base color. It's just a classic and classy pink. Next up, we have Kissing Cupcakes, which is still one of the cutest nail polish names. This one's a cross between a bubblegum and a hot pink. It has a slight purple glow with micro pink and silver shimmers. This one is really cute, really pretty, and honestly, a perfect pink. So again, this has a beautiful glow to it. I love the almost pearlescent finish, which doesn't end up leaving brush strokes. The formula is beautiful, and pinks with blue shimmer are some of my favorite. I think they are so elegant and flattering. It just is such a perfect color combination, and this one is totally unique. I have nothing like it in my collection. And as someone who loves sugar and desserts, I like the vibe of this polish. I like the name of it. Names of polishes are important to me, so I appreciate when a brand puts effort into that. And here you can definitely see that blue shimmer peeking through. Again, it's not super extreme, but it just works beautifully with the base color to create this really elevated and elegant pink shade. It's classic, it's so pretty, and I think it's going to flatter a lot of people. Moving along, we have Mick Lovebug. This one is a bright pink with a peach sheen. It has gold to green to pink shifting flakes and small red glitters. This is another adorable, very, very sweet pink. It builds up really beautifully, so what you're starting out with isn't what you finish with. The pink definitely intensifies with each coat, and I love the formula on this one. So it does have really tiny red glitters, so it does contribute to a tiny bit of texture, but once you apply top coat, it smooths everything out completely, and the glitters are really small and relatively sparse, so it doesn't make removal difficult, which I always appreciate in a nail polish with glitter. And the fun fact about this polish is that the shade name was inspired by McLean from Superbad, a movie which I have still not seen to this day. Now back to the polish itself. You can see what I mean, how on that third coat the pink has really built up. It's beautiful. Everything works perfectly together. I love the way the flakes and the glitters don't slap you in the face. They're just subtle. It looks like a Valentine's Day card that you handmade. That's what it reminds me of in the best possible way. So this one has just a really cute vibe to it, and it's also got a really pretty shift, which you'll see momentarily. And now you can hopefully see what I mean about that really pretty subtle glow that this polish has. It's a little bit golden at very extreme angles. Again, nothing super extreme, but I have seen a few people in the Cracked Polish Cronies Facebook group posting their own manicures with this polish, and it looks so good on everybody who's worn it so far. It's such a pretty pink. Next up we have Rhubarb Pie Guts, and this one is a magenta red with a fiery orange shift and blue to red and purple shimmers. This is such a pretty polish. This was like almost in my top polishes for 2023, but I probably should have put it there because when I revisited this polish for this video, I just realized how special it is. It has such incredible shift to it. And Monique has a picture that she took of herself wearing this polish on the website, and it just looks so incredible on her. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous polish. It is so unique. I have nothing at all like this in my collection. And if you're one of those people that doesn't really love reds, but maybe you're tempted to try a red, to me, I recommend this polish. This is what I would suggest to someone who is on the fence about reds, because it isn't traditional in any way. It has the most gorgeous sheen to it, and the shifts in this one are incredible. This is such a rich color. I honestly can't get enough of it, and it looks so good in all the different lighting that I could find it in. Here we have Candy Painted, and this is a hot pink with pink shimmers. This one is a pink lover's dream. This might be my new favorite cracked polish, along with Situationship. I can't get enough of this one. As you can see, this one does start off sheer, but it does build up really easily, and I do recommend building it up in 3 coats because you get maximum pink payoff in 3 coats, and this has just the most beautiful glow. You might be noticing a trend with cracked polishes shimmers. Rhubarb Pie Guts that we just saw, Candy Painted, Situationship, Dut Spunk, they all have this really beautiful pearly integrated shimmer that to me is very luxurious. All of these polishes, like if Dior were to put this out, I would believe it because it's such a beautiful polish. It's very luxurious. I love cracked polish, and I'm not just saying that because Cracked Polish generously sponsors my videos. I genuinely love this brand, and I want people to know how great it is. I hope my sincerity comes across because I do genuinely love everything Monique makes. And here we can see that incredible glow from within you get from this polish. I think it's the doubling up of pink base and pink shimmer. It's so glowy. This polish looks like it's on fire. If you love hot pinks, do not hesitate on this polish. Honestly, I am a pink lover, and this satisfies every aspect of what I want in a pink polish. Here we have pink hair strands, and this one is a beautiful sheer frosted pink with pink and lilac shimmers that shift from icy white to pink. This is another favorite of mine from Cracked Polish. You probably, if you watch my Cert Colors Encore Collection video, you'll know that I really have an affinity for pearly whitish polishes. And this one you'll notice has no brush strokes. It also has the added bonus of a beautiful pink and purple glow. So if you want to try a sort of frosty pearly white, but you're a little nervous because you're not sure if it's going to look too old-fashioned, then this is the one for you to try. This is really modern and a little cyborgy, a little futuristic. It's so fun, and oh, I love it. There's also a tip on Cracked Polish's site that you could use it as a base for a classic French tip manicure, and I think that would totally work. It would be really, really edgy. And this is one that when you move your hand around, you get that purple at extreme angles. It's so glowy and pretty. This is a polish that I could just wear again and again and again. This one is called Feed Me Treats, and this one is a delicate sheer pink with pink and blue shimmers and a soft blue hue. This is an adorable pink. Again, it's a pink with a blue shimmer to it, which works really well for anyone who's into cool toned polishes. This is the kind of pink that flatters my skin tone best. And this is also a polish that if you wanted, you could leave it in one coat, or you could build it up, which is what I'm going to show. I will show this in 3 coats, and it does maintain a little bit of that sheer factor even when you build it up in 3 coats, but there is also a frosty element, so it kind of obliterates and obscures your nail line unless you're in very direct lighting. There's also a funny little fun fact on Cracked Polish's site where Monique says that she has the biggest sweet tooth and always needs a little treat after dinner, which is extremely relatable. I don't do the treat right after dinner. I do dessert every single night at some point before I go to bed. I have a really bad sweet tooth and also like a buttery tooth and a carby tooth. Like, I just love fat and sugar, and I also love salt. So that's a little bit about me. This polish then with the name Feed Me Treats is right up my alley. I also have a polish that I created with Girly Bits from my collection with them called Powered by Little Treats, so very much on team treats myself, and that actually makes me want to wear this polish with Powered by Little Treats over top, which is a glitter topper for my collab with Girly Bits. If I remember, I'll put it in the cards. So here it is once it's built up in 3 coats. I had the shortest nails here when I was swatching, so you don't really see any free edge, but this one is so much fun. I love the shift in it. I love the base color, love the name, love everything about it. Next up we have a cream, and the Cracked Polish creams are only $10 on their website, which I think is a really good price because the formula is beautiful. This one's called Mauve Lip Gloss. Every time I say the word mauve, I get triggered because I know someone in the comments will say something. But mauve, you could also pronounce it mauve, but as a Canadian, I pronounce it mauve, and I know there are Canadians that pronounce it mauve, but mauve is the way I pronounce it. It's correct. Just like saying mauve is correct if you want to say it that way. And this one is a cool toned soft mauve. It's a really great everyday shade. Really flattering, really creamy, and really glossy. So this one builds up absolutely beautifully, totally opaque, and of course it looks even better when you apply top coat, which is what I'm going to do. This is just a really easy wearable shade, and these aren't the kinds of shades that I really ever wear, but this one is definitely one that I could see myself wearing if I was in the mood for something very sophisticated and subtle. That's a cream that doesn't have any shimmer in it. But at the end of the day, if I have to choose between a cream and a shimmer, I'm going to pick a shimmer. But nonetheless, this is beautiful. So here it is on my full hand. You can see what I mean. It is really flattering, and the formula is fantastic. We are rounding out the pink and red Valentine's Day sale swatch extravaganza. I think that's what I officially called it, with my Blood Aches. It is a blood red jelly crelly with a brown undertone. This is a beautiful shade. Again, there's just something unique about it. It's probably the brown undertone. I don't have anything quite like this in my collection of creams and crellies and jellies. This one has a very beautiful squishiness to it as well, which I always like, especially in a polish that kind of has a bloody vibe. I mean, blood is, I was going to say wet. I mean, yeah, it's wet unless it's congealed. But at any rate, this ticks all the boxes for a bloody type of polish. And the formula is so beautiful. I mean, it's probably obvious from the swatch video, but it really is as beautiful as it looks. Love everything about this color, and it does appear a bit darker out of direct lighting, so you'll see it a little more accurately. Under bright lights, it will look brighter because it does have the transparency to it. I always get those words confused. And the fun fact about this one is that Monique's friend Alyssa had been on the hunt for a color like this for a really long time. She was finding that most reds lean too orange or too purple, so they created this one together, which is a beautiful balance of red and brown. And honestly, Monique nailed it. I'm super happy for Alyssa, and I'm happy for all of us who now can have this purchased and put on our nails. It's so pretty.
I would love to hear your thoughts on the new Duo, I think that's what it's called. Personally, I absolutely love both of them. If I had to pick, it would be 720. I am very, very into metallic shades this year, especially a classic silver like that with such a good formula. That formula is beautiful. It's probably my new favorite silver shade out of all the ones I've tried in the past year. This is the best, hands down. All of the pinks and reds that I showed off are my favorites. They're all 20% off. Pick them up. Use my affiliate code if you haven't already. It's Caitlin Swatches, all caps. And yeah, I guess happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.